There, Aquarius. I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to go ahead and get into your reading for the last portion of June 2021. I also want to let you guys know that I have postponed my neck surgery. It was supposed to take place on the 22nd of this month, but I actually have to be out of this house by the 30th, and so I'm not actually able to heal here, and I'm also moving. So I'm moving a couple of states out. I'm moving like 5 states away, maybe. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this reading. I'm just mentioning this to you because the July readings in the beginning of the month may be a little bit difficult for me to get to, depending upon how my body's feeling, but also with moving and stuff. So I'm going to continue with the meditating before each reading, and I did that, and you guys got 2 messages, and they were pretty intense feeling for me, and so I just had to write down what I was feeling. The first card, or the first message, there's 3 sides to this coin. Who will we get today? So, and it coincided with this as well. Prideful stance, reactive volatility, observation. So I'm feeling like somebody is either dealing with a person or a situation that causes a lot of anxiety, that can cause, I don't know, it's like we're observing somebody's behavior. Maybe this is observing someone's behavior for the first time. Maybe this is an ongoing connection that you notice a pattern. Either way, I felt like there was this like, oh, it was new to me. Like, it was kind of like, oh, is this how it is? Is this how you are? Like, I don't know what this is about. It was kind of reactionary though. And I'm not talking about like complete like explosions like Mount Vesuvius, but there was like fractious, like in your face. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and get some oracle cards out here for you guys, and we will continue into this message. And also a good way to figure out if this reading is, resonant for you, or so you don't waste time. Maybe this is helpful to, know that this is kind of the energy that we're kind of picking up on this reading. So if this is not for you, maybe next time, Show me energy for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So we have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. I want 2 more cards, please. Okay, we have 2 more cards. Thank you. So we have fear coming out in reverse, and we have pride here. Prideful stance. So I'm going to leave these upright, pride and fear. It's all kind of the same shade over here too. Interesting. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. No? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get some energy for this reading. Some cards out for this reading. I want you to show me whatever this is for Aquarius, please. Show me the energy for Aquarius. Seven more times. Okay. Okay, so is it a Celtic cross? No, it's not. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to do past, present, future, apply them to whichever direction they are in right now. I'm seeing the way that I need to do it in sequence, so I'm just going to go with that. First card out, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles here. So with this energy, this can talk a lot about opportunities or potentials that are being presented here. There's two situations to juggle, two different ways to look at a thing, two different sides to a coin, three different sides to a coin. Feels like there's some sort of, I don't want to say Jekyll and Hyde, but that's kind of what I'm picking up, like a Jekyll and Hyde feeling, or like somebody who's not, like they can be one way very easily and then they can just switch over. It leaves you feeling like you're standing on one foot or something like that. Like you have to, it's interesting. I'm saying that and I'm looking at this and like both of these images, like this person is standing on one foot. I don't see 2 feet there. Yeah, this situation though, this can be past energy. It can be whatever energy makes sense to you in your life. These are general readings. They're not going to resonate with every single person. But with the Five of Pentacles, this is a situation where I'm going to reference the Rider-Waite deck. Five of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck. So this card, if you look at this, there are two people in this card. There's a man who's pretty much crippled, and there's a woman who's barefoot walking ahead of him. She's by his side, though. So what I'm picking up here in this message is where we realize somebody either isn't a healthy match, or we realize that their energy puts us in a specific place, or it drags us down, yet we're still willing to walk next to them. We're still willing to carry that burden. This is a very burdensome card here. You have a lot of sadness. You have a lot of darkness in this card. We're in the snow. We're barefoot. We're crippled. You see the church behind them. The church talks about resources. It talks about opportunities that are available to you, but you choose to not engage in them. I'd rather, it's almost like somebody being with a broken partner or something of that nature, like holding on to that energy. It puts me into the position of feeling like I would rather be with somebody than be alone. That never made sense to me. Like, if shit is shit and hitting the fan, like, I would rather that happen and weed itself out, or me weed it out, than like try to hold on to something. I've done tarot readings for people where everything is a shambles, and they're like, but I don't want to be alone. I'm like, you are alone, and you're in pain from it. You're unhappy, There are other opportunities, other situations, other potentials for somebody where you could have sure footing, but yet I feel like we're sticking here. Here at the bottom of the deck here, you have the Eight of Cups. Like, it's talking about letting something go here, Aquarius. All right. All right, so for this present energy, you have the Nine of Wands coming out. The Nine of Wands is an energy to protect ourselves, okay? We need to protect ourselves. What's the second card? The Two of Cups. So this is the problem here, because it's like what I'm feeling here is like somebody that is very much in love with the person or wanting to be close to them, but perhaps this person is not the right energy. It just is not an energetic match. The Nine of Wands is a card that really, it wants us to protect ourselves. It wants us to protect our well-being, our children, our family, our belief system. Sometimes when we engage with certain people, their belief system becomes our belief system. Be conscious of that. Be careful of that. See if it actually resonates with you, or if you're just assuming that to be yours. I feel like this has been something going on for a long time, or like you've been trying to give to this situation for a while, and it's constantly leaving you in a sense of lack or not enoughness. The Lovers. This is the problem. I'm going to call this a problem. This is the problem here. We are deeply in love with something here. So what I'm going to do, we're holding on here. So either there was some aspect of deep love in this connection that you cannot get past of, you cannot move past. And there is deep love here, and that's the thing. That's what's frustrating me, just because I'm like, okay, well, I can see why you would want to stay in this, but there's another aspect here. There's another, like, when I felt prideful stance, I literally felt like a masculine energy, like putting their hands or their arms like on their waist, like, you know, two hands on their waist, like kind of like looking at you or looking into. I was in a kitchen. I don't know whose kitchen because it wasn't my kitchen. I was in a kitchen. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this, just because what I'm feeling here is like, we're still going to stay in this. So if your choice is to stay in this and continue to give to it, perhaps there's a child here. Either way, if you're going to continue to give to this, let's either be prepared to figure out how to move forward with it, why we'd want to stay in it. You know, I don't know why we would, but that's not for me to judge or decide. That's for whomever is in this. And if you feel like this is a solid decision, then go for it. I just feel like this is something that you know about a person. So if you can live with that type of personality, I feel like changing personalities, then that's up to you. Because with the way these fell out, fear and pride in reverse, like that tells me that we're trying to grow away from that. We don't want to deal with that. And like what these are telling me is that there is a situation with pride, reactive volatility. I am very sensitive to energy, and when somebody is like volatile, you know, that's it. God forbid somebody fucking break a dish, like throw it against the wall or like throw a coffee cup. I'm out. Like if you cannot control that type of like volatility or like outburst, that is not the person for me. I just can't, you know, and maybe that's a weakness of my part, but like I don't think so. People who can't control or rein in their emotions, or they're like super like reactive to things, it's hard for me. I don't know why, but it is. If you can handle it, go for it if that's what you choose. I don't want to here, but it feels like we choose it or we remain in it or something, hoping that it changes. So let's go ahead and clarify here 6 more times. That 4? That's 4. Okay. All right, so for the 2 of Pentacles here, Aquarius, you have the 9 of Wands. You have the 9 of Wands here. Again, juggling a situation or a person, something here that has been present with you. I feel here you may be juggling somebody else's reactions, or perhaps stepping on eggshells. So you're what it feels like is somebody that modifies their own behavior so that we don't set off the dragon. I don't know why I had to say that like that, but we modify our behavior so we don't set off the dragon. This feels abusive to me, I'll be honest. And this is not for everybody, but whoever it's for, this feels kind of abusive to me. Okay. Protect yourself. Protect your children if you have them. 5 of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Swords here, your energy, Aquarius. The Queen of Swords is definitely somebody that needs to look at things through a lens of clarity, somebody who needs to separate their emotions from the logic of a situation, the reality of a situation, so they can look at it with clarity. And I feel here that you guys are at that point. I feel here that you're at that position in your life, and this has probably become so burdensome for you that for you to be showing up here as the Queen of Swords, it's telling me that you're ready to release fear. You're ready to step away from somebody's pride energy. I will say, for some of you, you can still love a person but maybe not be with them. But this honestly feels like we want to be with them, or we want to do it because of a child. And if you're doing it for a child, just remember that that is the environment that the child is going to grow up in. That is the environment that the child is going to receive. So if we have a domineering father or a domineering masculine energy, and this is the energy that the child is seeing, and they're a little boy, how do you think they're going to treat women in the future? Like, that's your call, you know? And if this is a situation where you physically feel like you're going to be harmed by leaving somebody, that's definitely a sign to leave. Like, do what you can. I know that that's scary, but you need to pay attention to that, okay? No, I'm not shuffling. These are all ready. Okay, so the 9 of Wands coming through here. You have justice, so doing what's fair for you in regard to how you protect yourself. For some of you, if you want to venture into this area that I'm going to talk about, feel free. This is more like putting, I could see this as a restraining order here with the 9 of Wands and the Justice card. You know, court-appointed restraining order, court-appointed distance here. This may have also been a financial drain for you guys as well. 2 of Cups energy, we have the Magician. And see, and this is what I'm talking about. And then it's like resurrecting something or trying to like engage in something again. The Magician generally moves forward when they've learned their lessons, okay? When they've gotten a very, very strong sense of what needs to be done, they have learned lessons, they're better able to utilize everything that they've gained through the knowledge of the lessons that they've had to undergo. Here, if this is, unless this is a completely different person, I don't feel it is though. Maybe this is a completely different person for some of you. I don't feel it is though. I feel it's the same person. Show me the Magician here. So Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles here for you guys. So this is somebody really trying to stabilize a situation. This can also be someone who is a mother. Somebody who wants stability for their family. But again, I urge you, if you have a child in an environment that is unhealthy on a psychic, emotional, and mental level, verbal abuse to you, to your child, remember that your child is going to pick that up as well. Children are sponges, okay? Like, this Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is very, very much about their stability. They want the home, they want the picket fence, they want things to be in order, they want to live that life, you know, but at what expense? At what expense? Show me the Lovers. We have Temperance here. So again, balancing out these energies. This may be a situation where like somebody is court appointed to get like therapy or help. That I could see that potentially trying to help a situation, but we have to have a cohesive effort from both parties here. Show me Temperance and the Lovers. Yep. This is a card of anxiety here. Strength and endurance, enduring a situation, but still remaining in a level of anxiety. This is not the type of relationship I would want to be in, okay? I don't advise for anybody to hang on to this kind of situation. Or maybe you feel at some point, like as this progresses, you feel things have calmed down and rebalanced, but then it's like we're reintroduced with this anxiety feeling, like we have to protect ourselves again. Protecting ourselves, protecting ourselves, protecting ourselves. You have 3 cards of protection here. And the whole energy of this reading is based upon growth. Whose growth? Sometimes we feel like we need to nurture somebody so much so that they'll grow. Perhaps we feel that we can see their potential, and so either we fall in love with their potential or we know that they're a good person in there and I'm going to be the one to save this relationship. I'm going to be the one to save this person. I can tell you right now, you're not, okay? That's not how it works. I promise you. Page of Pentacles, you're getting 2 cards here. So you're getting the Page of Pentacles for the Page of Pentacles and you're getting judgment. So again, this is kind of like what I'm talking about here. If you have a child involved with this, and I know not everybody does, it feels like this is kind of the topic of the moment though for me here in this reading. If you have a child in this, I need you to use your best judgment for that child's benefit, for their well-being, for their mental well-being here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull a card here for this as well. Show me the Page of Pentacles here. You have the Moon. So the Moon can talk about emotional instability, especially if somebody is being raised in an emotionally volatile environment. The Moon can cause a lot of, it's a card of neuroses. It's a card of emotional dis-ease, confusion, uncomfortableness, but we still have to keep on that path. So it's like, you know, if you look at the Moon here, we have this path. This little lobster walking down this path. We've got wolves, we've got coyotes, dogs, you know, whatever, and we're walking past this path in the darkness of night. It's not easy to see, yet we still have to move forward with it. That I grew up like that, and I can tell you right now, it's very difficult to experience that as a child because it is uncertainty, child abuse, sexual abuse. I don't feel sexual abuse here. I just feel like very prideful energy, very, you know, verbal outbursts and stuff like that. You know, what energy is the person in today? You know, I'm not ever going to advocate for walking on eggshells at all. So, show me here with this energy. Show me the Two of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So first off, we have ego, wearing a false self mask. I'm going to put that up here. But I want you to show me the Queen of Pentacles with the Two of Cups. Anger issues, loose cannon, highly reactive. So somebody's staying in that energy, dealing with somebody with anger issues. Show me the Lovers and the Seven of Wands. So you're getting 2 cards out, 3 cards. So you have wounds, childhood trauma affects this relationship. Careless actions, hurt feelings. And awe, reverence, wonder, amazement. Bottom of the deck, self-care. Focus on physical and emotional well-being. I feel like that's the whole message here in this reading. I know this is a heavier reading, but for whomever it's for, I really think that you should pay attention to this. We don't want to stabilize a relationship with somebody who has anger issues, even if they go, what I'm being told here from this reading is even if this person goes to therapy, goes and seeks out help, it's still there. We're still dealing with a considerable amount of ego, a very unhealthy ego here, wearing a false mask. So what happens when the mask falls off? What face are we going to see? 3 sides to this coin. Who will we get today? Wounds, childhood trauma affects this relationship. I don't want a child. If there's a child involved in this, please don't prolong this energy for them because it's really unhealthy. You know, oftentimes the damage is already done, you know, sometimes, especially within the ages of like 1 to 6. That's when children pick up everything. You know, be careful about that. I feel awe is more like shock, like amazement, like, whoa, I wonder when this is going to change, or whoa, I wonder why did that even happen like that? You know, and also too, I want to say here with childhood trauma, with wounds, inner wounds, I don't know how you were raised. I don't know how you grew up. I don't know if you were witness to your father beating your mother, or your mother screaming at your dad, or just a constant sense of disharmony in the home. Some people grow up around that. Sometimes that is the language that is spoken fluently in the home. And so when we experience that over and over again, we become desensitized to a degree. And if that is what has happened here, Aquarius, I really think it's important for you guys to be able to pull back, because that's not healthy, okay? And if you have been experiencing that in your childhood, or that's been a big portion of your experience with relationships, I ask you to go and seek therapy as well. You know, pull yourself away from this type of connection, just because it's volatile, it's not healthy, it's not happy, you know, and it's definitely not the environment to raise a little kiddo in. So I'm going to ask for advice here. Show me advice for this reading for Aquarius, please. Show me advice for Aquarius, please. Is this the deck? This is not the deck. Okay, thank you. Show me for Aquarius. What advice do you have for Aquarius, please? I mean, like, I feel like I've been giving advice throughout this reading, but if there's anything else, please show me. 3 more. Okay. So Aquarius, the advice here. All right, so what is this? 7, 8, 9. 9 of Wands. Is that 9? 6, 7, 8. 8 of Wands, I'm sorry. I can't count. Oh my God. Yeah, the 8 of Wands. So this is about communication here. Different styles of communication. If you look here inside this reading, in this painting, we have soldiers coming for somebody here. I feel like this is kind of the energy. I don't know why I chose to pick this reading or this deck, but we have, like, with the communication, with the forward movement, we have soldiers here with, like, it's like you're up against somebody of power dynamics. The moon is next. You have the moon here already. This is too much unclarity, too much emotional churning. This can also talk about somebody perhaps has, like, alcohol issues or drug addiction, or like somebody who escapes through escapism. The moon is a heavier energy. It can sometimes talk about deceptive situations where you don't know where things are coming from, but they're coming at you no matter what. Okay. Sorry. So we have the 9 of Swords here. All right, so this energy is one of constant worry in our mind, constant frustration, not knowing when something will end, constantly being on edge, high alert type of energy. Perhaps because we don't know when it's coming. Perhaps it happens at night. Perhaps, you know, whatever it is. The communication seems hostile, though. So it just seems to reiterate anything here that I've talked about. Show me more. Yeah, you have the Six of Swords. 6 of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Swords in reverse, you guys. This is all swords, swords, swords. So this is communication styles, but it's also talking about what was reflected here on this side, returning to a situation that has been emotionally and mentally frustrating, returning to it against our better judgment with the Ace of Swords in reverse, not having clarity, not being spoken to properly, dealing with somebody who's a liar, dealing with somebody who is verbally, you know, Knight of Swords. Talk about fucking Knight of Swords in reverse. Talk about somebody who is volatilely reactive. That is a fighter. That is somebody who will fight with you for no reason sometimes. Perhaps you did something wrong. Perhaps you sighed a little bit different this time, or you I don't know. They found an eggshell in the scrambled eggs. Like, it's not healthy to be around. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a Crystal Wisdom Oracle for you guys. Can you show me here for Aquarius or whomever is dealing with this energy? Okay. So you have citrine here. Citrine. I'm going to get a little sip of water real quick. Hang on one second. Citrine. Abundance. Abundance is at the bottom of this deck too. I will say that, okay? I'm a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Manifest yourself out of this situation. Abundance. Maybe that's why we're feeling like we need to stay, because of abundance, because of the money. Money. It's not worth it. This isn't worth it. A stone of joy and abundance. Citrine helps you to interact creatively with the world. It promotes inner calm. And that's what I feel like I need to emphasize here, is the inner calm. I'm not feeling it. I feel like hostility and anxiety here. Self-understanding. You spend too much time worrying about home, family, and finances. Remember, you are an abundant being who manifests what you need. You are an innocent, wise child who yearns to play. Joyful play creates a wonderful world. Be grateful, for you are blessed. Accept constructive criticism before become emotionally imbalanced, letting feelings flow naturally. Divination. Take time out for joyful play. Self-regard heals a damaged child. We've had 2 references in this about damaged children. Be careful about this, okay? Don't hurt a child by staying in something here. You are an innocent, wise child who yearns to play. Innocent child, you know. Okay. Where was I? Divination. Take time out for joyful play. Self-regard heals a damaged child. Abundance is all around you. You attract success and prosperity. Stop worrying, be optimistic, and allow life to happen. Trust your intuition and perception. Consult the wise child within. Your thoughts on the bigger picture are correct. If there is family discord, harmony is restored through praise. Healing insight. True abundance comes from within. If you nurture your desires, you will bring joy to your wise child self. Frequency is high. The chakra is cleanses, activates, and re-energizes all. Timing is Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, soul path embodying abundance. Wounds. Childhood trauma affects this relationship, and I think it may be generational here. So while that's not your fault, it is your responsibility to see it for what it is and address it and break it. Break generational trauma if you can. Break that link, okay? So I know this was a very heavy read. I hope this was helpful to someone. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you choose to. If you want to donate, there's a link in the description box below. Yeah, I hope you're able to get through this to whomever this reading is for. And yeah, I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Take care, Aquarius. Bye-bye.